What's up, everybody? How's it going today? Beautiful day here in Portland, mid-70s. There's nothing to complain about here, so I figured I'd step outside and make a quick video. I'm holding this crystal ball, if you will, that I ordered a while back off eBay. I got I have an acrylic ball that was given to my 8-year-old son for his birthday by somebody we were staying, our neighbors at this festival we were at, Symbiosis, and it was one of those fushigi type juggling balls. It's like 120 millimeters or something. Anyway, I saw these online for $90, and it was supposed to be an acrylic ball, and when they sent it, actually they sent me a crystal one, which it's really interesting because, you know, you order a crystal ball, it's definitely not crystal that's naturally carved in its form, but it's like compressed crystal, if you will. But just the beauty of having something that's super transparent and, you know, extremely clear, it's fascinating. It makes me think of the, you know, crystal gazers and water gazers, people who'd sit and stare into a reflection in order to, I don't know, to see the future, divining and whatnot. I believe it's just another form of meditation. But anyhow, this video I wanted to talk about natural materials like glass, crystal, quartz, wood. I'm a carpenter. I've always been fascinated with carpentry work, and for years I did home remodels and whatnot. Everything from roofing and foundations to framing. And I never found my passion until I was kind of... my boss asked who wanted to tackle this like spiral staircase. It was a curved staircase, and it looked like a daunting task. It was like a half-floating kind of staircase, and it took us months. Pretty much took me months, me and one other guy who kind of tackled it, and I fell in love with it because of the detailed finish work that was required. So over the years, as a finish carpenter, I'd bring home all my extra boards and anything I could, you know, salvage that was going to be scraps. Little pieces of wood this long that otherwise would be cut-offs, or what they call mill ends, and I'd take them home and I'd make these fancy little boxes, and I've got a bunch around here. Sometimes I'd sit and I'd put several different alternating stripes of color and glue them together, and, you know, try to put granite and stone in there, anything I could. Anyway, for years I was really into woodworking, and I loved I did pretty much everything except for the super fine inlaying. I mean, I never got to the really fine chisel handwork, which is amazing to me. But throughout the years of doing carpentry, all I ever wanted to do was tackle big, I wanted to tackle natural substances. And so my thought was always that I'm gonna get into wood, and then I wanted to get into glass blowing, but I never quite got that. I blew some glass with some friends who were doing, they were blowing pipes, and so I did a bunch of beads and stuff, so at least I could get my feet wet in that one. But the other things I wanted to work with were stone and metals, or silver. This is just a piece of jasper. It's just a cabochon I made the other day. Just a very simple design out of a piece of jasper that I found in the backyard. And I went out and bought some lapidary equipment a while back, some used stuff off Craigslist. So I have a grinding wheel and a polishing pad and everything, and I'm still learning how to use it. Still figuring out exactly, you know, how to get them looking ultra beautiful. But just polishing stones and making awesome agate cuts are one thing. Being able to put them in settings, something completely different, and that's kind of where I'm going next. I have like I have a couple crucibles, small graphite crucibles, and then I have a bunch of silver that I was going to melt down with the torch, and I realized quickly I just don't have the right tools for it yet. You know, I need a good furnace, I need some good blocks to pour it in. I had to set myself up with a little anvil so I could start pounding out stuff, and it's going to take time, but it's just always been, something that fascinated me, working with natural substances. And when I'm doing it, I get in my zone. I mean, when I am out there grinding rocks, even if I'm just grinding some agate I found in the backyard down and putting some facets on it, you know, I'm utterly intrigued. It's just amazing. It's not for everyone, of course. I mean, everyone has their own thing, and my son and I were talking about this earlier, how, people have to kind of find their own passion and find their own drive and whatever it works for them, and how not everybody is an artist, and so therefore some people don't have the faith in themselves that they can really create and build amazing things. It doesn't have to be amazing. Some of the things I've made are just so basic and simple. Even just stacking rock cairns or something, on the side of the road. It's just a matter of creation. I guess what drives me is to remember that no matter what I make, eventually it'll either end up in a drawer, in a junk pile, on the side of the road, in a volcano, or blasted out into space after the Earth is long gone. It doesn't matter. What really we're hanging on to is how long do we want to carry on? What do we want to share with the world, and how do we want to contribute to it? And when it comes to art, that's very subjective. Just being just another painter or just another jewelry maker, just another woodworker. That's one way to look at it. But another way is to say, you're just doing and expanding on what others have done, and that's all we can really do as humans. There's nothing new under the sun, so to speak. And I would say working with those natural substances, like, stone, metals, wood, that seems to be the most trivial, simple, basic thing that humans have done forever. But it never goes out of style. It never is something that we lose interest in. And humans yearn to attract themselves towards these natural... I think that what really moves me with woodworking, and I realize this with stones and woodworking, when you get a beautiful piece of wood or a beautiful agate, you never know what you're going to get until you cut into it. And sometimes the grain is amazing, something else. If you think of standard wood as just like regular rocks in your garden, well, you can think of agates as the burl. Burl wood is really nice, knotty, bird's eye maple or something that you can make a beautiful end table out of. The kind of wood that just glistens and gleams at every area. And in the long term, I want to take rocks and match them to wood. I want to take rock patterns and match them to grain patterns in wood. It was just an idea I had today to make it look like the rock kind of blends into the wood piece, and don't know where to take it. It doesn't matter. The whole idea is just to create, just to come up with ideas and do it. So I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. Just working with natural substances. It's something that I urge everyone to try. I'm waiting for my wife to get home right now, and I wanted to get a few things done for work here and a few projects done around the house, but I want to go to the river and look for rocks. That's awesome to me. It's like Christmas, coming home and opening up agates and seeing what's inside and being able to turn them into something beautiful. I'll have to show you all this stuff. I think I made a video already where I showed most of them, but before I go, I guess maybe I could just carry it over there real quick. These are just some of the raw substances I've been cutting, the raw stones. And then over here, yes, you can call that whatever you want. Mushroom, penis, I guess it doesn't really matter. These are just some standard agates. This right here is a piece of fossilized dinosaur bone, or fossilized bone, that I found at the Buffalo Jump, Montana. And if you look at it really up close, it's got some beautiful texture to it. So anyhow, just thought I'd share. And my tobacco, my garden. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and find your green thumb or your brown thumb or your yellow thumb, whatever the hell you're into, and do it. Enjoy your day.